But first, with mortgage repayments going through the roof, our power bills skyrocketing, and a recession now official across the Tasman, you think the government would be able to talk about something other than the voice? I mean, ask yourself, what is the Albanese government actually doing to make the country better? So far, we've had broken promises on superannuation taxes. We've had this lurch back to the 1970s with industry-wide bargaining for unions, increases in taxpayer-funded subsidies for childcare that have all but been swallowed up by fee increases, a huge increase in our migration, and a whole lot of inquiries, especially in defence, that haven't put us in a stronger position to assist our allies or defend Australia. And the voice, Anthony Albanese's pet legacy project, which the government can't really explain and seems only to defend by accusing all of us of being small-minded or racist if we disagree. As far as the public's concerned, all that really matters is rising prices, especially mortgage repayments, that for the most recent of us who've bought homes, well, we're paying more than $20,000 a year extra in after-tax income. Yet the government is still making a bad situation worse, not better. Its insistence on getting 80% of our power from unreliable renewables within just 7 years is imposing massive costs on the system, especially the need to build tens of thousands of kilometres of new transmission lines that will only be needed around 30% of the time. And the $80 billion or so it'll cost to build them will be just another cost passed through to us as power consumers. Then there's all the government debt-funded spending increases that are putting upward pressure on interest rates just when we've got 400,000 new migrants heading to Australia this year alone. And they are putting downward pressure on wages, upward pressure on housing, and of course massive pressure on infrastructure. And sure, to help the unions, the government has supported a near 6% wage rise for many workers, but even that's been swallowed up by inflation. The government's default response in all of this, when it's not spruiking the voice, it's to blame the Reserve Bank, even though the bank's only got one lever to deal with inflation, and that's putting up interest rates, while the government, well, they've got many levers, but they seem to be pulling them in the wrong direction. Governor Phil Lowe's term expires in September, so the government's going to have to back him or sack him. Now, if he's reappointed, well, the government owns every decision he makes from then on in. No more blaming Phil Lowe. And if he's replaced and the new governor continues the same policy, reacting to inflation by lifting rates, and hard to see he can do otherwise or she can do otherwise, well, the government then owns all of that as well. One way or another, I reckon this government's facing a winter of discontent. And it's giving people every incentive, isn't it, to send a strong message to Canberra by a resounding no to its voice.